I think I'm a minute behind 7, but y'all, since this daylight saving time start, your girl been just a little bit slower, okay? But y'all, it's 7 o'clock. We're gonna get started. My name is Janice. I'm the owner of Gracious Designs by Janice, where God has truly graced me to create. And y'all, we're gonna create another one of our mini trees today. And I try to make sure I don't say Christmas because it's a different seasons. And so today we're gonna create another. I'm creating another Easter tree. Again, it's all kind of holidays, and I've been inspired by, of course, the famous Dollar Tree little mini trees here. And this is one of their Easter collections. And yesterday I demonstrated the Christmas one. And so I'm going to continue to show you guys how to do these trees, how to be inspired, how to, get in touch with that deep side of you that's creative, okay? The first thing I'm going to do, first of all, I would like also to say, if you come on my channel, please like and share my live and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really, really appreciate it. I see where I do get a lot of views, but everybody is not really everybody is not really participating or engaged in it. And so, yeah, if you can just go on and subscribe to my channel, that will really help me out a lot. Okay. So y'all, the first thing I usually do on my live with my trees, this is one of the Easter trees. It actually has, I think, 45 stems. And so we're not going to cover all of those 45 stems, but when we finish, it will be full enough. It comes with these little bottoms here. You just push them on. And always have your glue gun ready because I like to reinforce these. Whether I'm selling them or not, I like to reinforce them so that when my customer gets it, it won't be coming apart or anything, okay? And you can tell if it's not even, but make sure you push it all the way in. And I just take my glue gun and just reinforce it because I don't want it to come apart. I told the story one time how I was at a pop-up and the customer picked it up. Well, I picked it up for the customer and one of the little stems came off. And from that point on, I've been reinforcing it because I don't want that to ever happen again. I don't like it. So, yeah, but while that's drying, you guys, I'm gonna put this to the side here. The few things that I will be needing today, I always use my pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners come 12 inches long. Excuse my voice, I did just get up a little while ago. But anyway, the pipe cleaners come 12 inches, right? I cut my pipe cleaners, I just cut four pieces, and it's usually 2.5 to 3 inches long. You don't want to cut them shorter than that because sometimes you can't really get around that mesh that you're going to need. The other thing that we're going to be using today is mesh. I've already cut these at 20 inches. I use 5.5 inch to 6 inch mesh when I'm doing my trees. So you will need that as well. And of course, all the mesh comes on these little rolls, just like they would if it was a 10 inch, 10.5 inch, 11 inch, whatever. It comes on this roll, okay? But I've already made the majority of the ones that I need for the tree. I'm just gonna demonstrate to you guys how I do this. Again, like I said, I always cut my mesh, my 5.5 inch mesh or 6 inch mesh at 20 inches. The only time I don't really cut it at 20 inches, I'll go down to like 15 inches because the mesh, a lot of times the mesh is really thick. And so I don't need that much, okay? So what I start out doing first is I just put something heavy on the one end of the mesh that I've cut. Now, all mesh frays, so you got to make sure that you want to lock in that space or fix that space that where it will not fray. It's still going to fray a little bit, but if you roll it over on itself, that how I'm going to demonstrate to you today, then you're not going to worry about it fraying a lot. And it shouldn't be fraying anyway, because it's going to be sitting beautifully on a countertop or centerpiece or something of that nature. Okay, so I just roll it over on itself 2 or 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. I take the little clip here and I secure this spot, take the heavy piece off, and I turn it around, roll over it on itself 2 or 3 times, and then I squinch it in the middle until I get to that clip. I take the clip off, and you will end up with your little butterfly, as I call them. You take one of your pipe cleaners that you cut, and you literally gonna just put it in the middle here, catch it, pick it up, and turn it over, and you're gonna have these 2 pieces sticking up. You just take your finger and twist it. All right, try not to rub your finger up against the mesh. The mesh is the material that it's made out of. It is harder than your finger. Okay, so just make sure you keep that in mind. Try not to rub it against your finger. And y'all, this is what you end up with. Now sometimes the little butterfly is not even on each side, so I always just just pull it a little bit until it's even, and there you have it. Okay, and so I'm gonna do this. I have actually, when I cut all of my colors, so today I'm gonna be using 3 different colors in my mesh, in my tree. When I cut my colors, I just put them on top of each other, roll them together, and cut them. So when you see it like this is all 3 colors that I've already cut in there. But I'm gonna take this. Now, I do not lay something on it each time, but for the sake of demonstration, I will show you again one more time actually, and then I'm gonna go ahead on and zip those out of the way. But I lay something heavy on the end here. Excuse me, y'all. I lay something heavy on the end. On this side, I roll it over on itself 2 or 3 times. Take the clip here. And if you've been watching me, this is how I always start my live off, because I want you to know how to do this if you really desire to do it. Especially if you're a crafter and you go to craft shows, you want to roll it 2 or 3 times on this side as well and squinch it up. Now the purpose of you doing that is so that it will not be fraying on that end that's open, okay? Now you can leave it, you definitely can leave it open, but I wouldn't suggest that because it's gonna simply just keep fraying and you don't want that. So y'all, this is the little butterfly that I create. I take one of my pipe cleaners that I've already pre-cut, lay it down on top of it in the middle here while you're holding it. And then take your finger and kind of push down on that pipe cleaner, pick it up, and you're gonna do a twist. And I am not touching this mesh, because I've had my experiences where it's done actually kind of hurt my finger and stuff. So I just make sure I always be cautious of that. And again, you just do your little adjustments on your little butterfly, as I call it, and you're gonna end up with this each and every time. So now I'm gonna move these out of the way and I'm gonna show you how I do it, because I've been doing it for a minute, and you can do the same thing. I do the same thing with my 10.5-inch mesh as well, okay? You just roll it over on itself on one end and you squinch it all the way up. If you're just coming on my live, please like and share my live and subscribe to my channel. I really need you guys' help to build up my subscribers. I really appreciate it if you come on and do that for me. That would be, I would be grateful. All right. Then I take my pipe cleaner, y'all, and I just lay it down here. And I'm gonna end up with the same result. I'm just not laying something on the other end and I got my butterfly. And I have, I might either have to do it now or do it later. So I might as well do them now. I hope y'all got, having wherever you're watching from, you're going to have a great, prosperous day. I speak that in the name of Jesus. Y'all, I am in California, and this weather has been a kind of a trip. I said, spring is coming in, honey, with a bang. So the last, what is this, Tuesday? So the weekend, I would say Thursday, Friday, leading up to the weekend, it was so windy. And I always attribute that wind to God blowing stuff out of the way. You know, I'm like, this is gonna be a spiritual thing for me, girl. And so it'd be so funny. Yeah, just roll it over on this of y'all. But I be laughing because I said, James, my pastor used to say, don't be so spiritually minded, so heavenly minded, that you ain't no earthly good. But y'all, I just can't help it, but because I feel like God is in every area, or I'm trying to make sure he's in every area of my life. And so I try to take those little moments like that and be like, okay, God, whatever is not meant in my life at this season, thank you for blowing it out of the way. Thank you for springing up things that needs to be sprung up and grow things that needs to be grown. Yeah, I just be going in. But that's just the way I do my life and my stuff. So, uh, but anywho, I decided to start coming on YouTube early because with me, well, I say early, but it's 7 o'clock here, or a little after 7, you guys. So a lot of places, some people watch me like from Mississippi, especially my sister. She's on all the time. Um, but that's a 2-hour difference in the time zone. You got Atlanta, you got all these different time zones, and so it might be early to me over here on the West Coast, but on the East Coast it's not at all. So hopefully y'all get the gist of what I'm doing with this mesh. If not, you can go to any of my lives on YouTube or Facebook if they're still there, because Facebook deletes your lives after so long. But yeah, if you can go over there, you can see, or like I said, you can look on YouTube and you can see everything I do when it comes to my trees. Yesterday I created one where I did the base, because I tell y'all all the time, all of these trees are not created equal. The Christmas trees, which is the green and white ones, those don't barely have any limbs on them. And so I have to be creative when it comes to creating that bottom, so to be strong and everything. Um, but the other ones, the other seasons they are good. Let me tell you, I love the Halloween season ones because they are real full and they're solid black. There's an orange and black one. I don't use that one a whole lot, mainly for Halloween, but for my other seasons, I try to stock up because you can kind of use these for a lot of different things. They have the aqua blue, purple, and a coral color. Yeah, so during the Easter season. I started to get me some more yesterday, but then I didn't because I was like, I gotta see how many I have. I don't like to have too many products, y'all, that I'm not using. And then, you don't want to be wasteful. You want to be smart when it comes to you, getting your supplies. I know most crafters have tons of supplies, but you just gotta be mindful of that because I've done that. I've bought all kinds of stuff and didn't need it. Okay. So y'all, I want to show y'all what my inspiration is today. So this is my inspiration. So the last times I just did the plain bunny ears. And so I was in Dollar Tree yesterday and I saw these and I was like, oh, this is so cute. And it's even got a little shape to it. But I was like, oh, this is so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna add this to it, and this is where all of my colors came from. There's a pink, a blue, and I could have went with turquoise. I think I'm gonna incorporate some turquoise in it, and it's got the purple. So yeah, I'm gonna lay that to the side. Now, the first thing I normally do, y'all, I've already cut and created all of my little pieces here for the tree. So I pull these out because I just have to go with, however many I need. I don't, we'll see. But I'm going to start pulling these limbs down. Now, what I used to do is I would pull all of them down at once. But then, I would have like a little struggle sometimes of getting to each one of the limbs. But if you pull them down, layer by layer, and I'll show you what I mean by that. These trees have, I think, four layers on them. And you want to just pull the first layer down. Now, this first layer has 12 stems on it. The green and white ones, the first layer, only have 3. That's the big difference in the tree, okay? So 2, 4, 6, 8. No, this one has 10. It's the purple one has 45. I mean 12 at the bottom. They all different, but that's okay because we need all of this to cover this bottom up. Like I said yesterday, I did one where it was I created my own bottom. I took a piece of styrofoam square, put it on a piece of wood, and I created it like that. It turned out so cute. Now, y'all, I already have all of my little butterflies here, and like I said, I used blue, purple, and pink. And then this is an aqua. You're not going to be able to see the tree. Okay, so don't worry about that. Once you put your little butterflies on the stems, you're not going to be able to see it. So y'all, I'm going to start out by putting some glue here in the middle. You just put that glue right in the middle, and you're going to lay it on the limb and bend your limb just a little bit and kind of just let it sit there because it's going to dry. Now, what I do, I will go to the next color. So, like I said, I have 3 different colors in this tree. I'm going to go to my pink. I use the blue. I'm going to go to the pink. Now, because there's so many stems at the bottom, I'm going to skip a stem and go to the next stem. And then I'll show you later how I come back to that stem. I'll come back to the bottom. But I like to try to make sure my whole tree is almost covered before I start coming back to the bottom. Now, like I said, I'm skipping one limb in between. And adding it. Also, I want you to just keep in mind, you want to be careful. You don't want to burn yourself whenever you're handling these glue guns, because sometimes that glue can get away from you on those guns. So just be careful. That happened to me yesterday. I had some glue just fell down on my hand, and I really thought I was gonna wake up with a blister this morning, but I didn't. It's perfectly fine. So y'all, I did all of them down here, right? So now, and all of the trees come with this long piece, and I'm not gonna really, I think I might need it and I might not. Let me see. Oh, look, there's another stem. Oh, you know what? I am right, y'all. It is 12. It's 12 on this one too. I just didn't feel it. So that's okay, because we can come back to those. But I'm gonna go to my next level for the sake of time, because like I said, we're still gonna come back down to that level again. So you want to try to take all of your stems off. So on this particular level, on the Easter trees, you have 12 on this one, 2, 4, 6, 8. You have 10 for real on this one. Okay. So that's 22 so far that you have. Now, y'all, if you notice, I have a pink and a blue here. I'm going to put a purple here because I didn't want to just stack the colors on top of the same color on top of each other. Put the blue in the middle. Find your stem. Bend it just a little bit and keep it moving, okay? Same thing with this. I have purple and pink, so I'm going to put a blue over there. Just trying to keep your colors as equal as possible, and so that all the colors can go. We still skipping a limb in between. This one trying to fly away. And the reason why I use this method, y'all, is so that, again, so that I can simply just have the colors all over the tree. And all I do is just start all over again. And if you keep this method going, you'll always have your colors mixed up. Okay. Yeah, I slept so good since the time has changed. I don't know. I said, God, are you putting me on a different schedule? Cause I ain't been, I ain't been able to get up. I've been sleeping this morning. I slept later than I normally sleep. I'm like, God, help me, please. Cause I like to get up and have my quiet time with God, do my lives, all of that. Girl, I've been laying in the bed like I don't want to get up. Like, Janice, you gotta move now. So what did I tell y'all? 12 and 10. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. It's gotta be another one. I don't see them having just 9 in here, but it looks like they do. Let's see. Let me count this again. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 9. I don't feel another one, and there's not another one to come down. So we are at 31. Okay, so I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can drop this purple in between this pink and blue. And again, just put your glue in the middle. Lay it on that limb and kind of just bend the limb so it'll hold on to your piece of mesh. And I know y'all probably see me trying to make it as even as possible with my butterfly. And when I do that, y'all, what it does is when I get ready to put it lays on the limb good, but when I get ready to put my embellishments in it, it also helps because it kind of have like a little opening for the embellishments to go inside. And today, I think I'm just going to use the different color eggs in this one, but we'll see. I look, if you ever watch me, you already know that I'm gonna sometimes offline, I'll still be fixing it up and and all of the things, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna turn out to be nice. Now, y'all see how fast we already fill this tree, and it's just 20 minutes past. So I'm going to the next level. All right, so you just spread the limbs out. So 2, 4, 6 on here. So 12, 10, 9, 31. 6 is 37, right? So we're just going to keep with our same method. Trying to mix all of those beautiful colors up. I wanted to do like a black and white one, like a buffalo check, type of thing, y'all. I'm like, that would be cute, but I hadn't done it. And I do have black and white, I have black and white mesh. So I need to go ahead and do it. Now I'm at the top. So we got 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th level. So I'm gonna take these and just spread them out. Now, again, if you remember, I talked about this little topper here. I can take this topper, and when I put my inspiration piece on here, I can take this topper and I can wrap it around to hold it better. I do that sometimes. Hey, sister. Or I put a little glue on here, and when I put it down in there, it holds it. Either way, it's not going to move. It's not going to come out. But in this case today, y'all, I'm just going to take it and use it as another one of my pieces. So I just cut it at the same length. And I throw this away because I don't need it. I cut it at the same length of those just to add another one to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 up here. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add another piece of, add some more mesh up here, y'all. So thank you for making it on. My sister is going to be on here supporting me no matter what. I love it. And the same technique, you're just going to put that on there and bend it a little bit. Because remember, once you get to the top of your tree anyway, it's going to be the most narrow part. So you don't have to worry about it being so narrow. I know you're probably looking like, that's small, it's narrow. It don't matter because, again, you basically, what you're doing is you're making that narrow space like a tree supposed to be. It starts small and it goes down. So it's okay. And remember, it's gonna end up being beautiful. So you don't have to worry about nothing. I promise you. You're gonna love it. Now, at this point, y'all, what I normally do, and I have a lot of these left, so I really have enough to do another tree if I want to. Of course, I'm still having to add more, but again, you still look at how many I have, and then I have some still in the bag. So let me pull out some of my blues because I have pink and purple. So now what I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm gonna go back down to my bottom here, okay? And I'm just gonna drop these colors in these spaces where, um, yeah, I'm just gonna drop these colors in the places that I want to put them. I've been using this is my old glue gun because it don't make that noise. My other one, it makes a squeaking noise like you walking up, trying to sneak up some stairs or walking across a whole house or something. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds terrible when I watch one of my lives. I was like, no, we're not fixing to do this today. But y'all, when you go back down to your bottom piece, also keep in mind you don't really have to worry about what colors you're dropping in at that point. Because all you're doing now is filling. You're just doing a filler. So all I'm doing now is just filling this bottom so that it can get wider. Because again, this part down here needs to be as wider because this is going to be narrow. And I'm just dropping these colors down in here, y'all. That's all I'm doing. I also sometimes do the two-tone ones. See this? Like if my mesh gets, I think that's what ended up happening yesterday. I remember because what happened, my mesh will get too short. And when I get to the end of it, it's not enough for the 20 inch. So I just cut it at 10 inches and combine it with another color. And you have the two-tone. You can do that with as many colors as you like. Again, this is your project. You do it however you feel. So I've added the bottom ones, y'all. So now I'm going to go to the next level and drop in some more of those colors, okay? And you just keep doing this all around your tree so that you can fill it up before you start doing your embellishments. But it helps you keep the level going. Here's another color, double color. It helps you keep the level going. Like it's really cute. Let's see here. I can incorporate this pink and purple in here. And also keep in mind, you don't want to tilt it too much because that's what happened to me yesterday. When I put some glue on it, I tilted it. And when I tilted it, that glue just came right off and it came onto my hand. And that was nothing nice, okay? I'm like, this don't supposed to be happening right now. But again, I'm still on my second level. Just dropping in some more of these pieces to fill up the tree. And as you form your tree, the other thing that you want to keep in mind, you will have spaces that you need to fill. So you don't have to really fill it up at this moment. Here, you can form your tree, and I'll show you what I mean by forming it. Just a second. You just add a few more pieces in here. And you see I have to keep adding my glue sticks because, like I said, I put a generous amount on here so that I can, so I won't have any holes and stuff in my tree. Y'all see how I just dropped that one in? You see how I have it folded in? I like that fold because it helps when I put my embellishments in it, they just sit right down inside that little opening. up using all of the ones that I've cut. I keep telling y'all I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna count how many I actually cut too, because um, I just have a feeling and I stop. You know, I do the same way I do when I'm cooking. I just stop. This is how many I need. I'm gonna be good. You know, because I kind of like just eyeball it. But for the sake of teaching, I need to be able to tell you exactly how many I cut for the one with the 45 stems. So you'll know. And again, I don't cut 45. I know that because I don't need that many. But y'all, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and start forming my tree. And the reason why is because you see how full this thing got, and we're just at 7:32. All right, so I'm gonna press it in the middle. I mean, at the very top here, to try to start forming the small going down to the large. And then you want to keep the integrity of your mesh by bringing it in. See how I'm doing? You just kind of folding it, pushing it in until, bringing it in like that. That's all you're doing. And it might seem like I'm doing it hard, but I'm not. I'm really just doing it slightly. Then you want to take your pieces and just kind of bend them in so that everything will be flowing. And I like to, I don't know if you notice how I'm making it go around as I do that. I'm doing that because I want it to be pretty much even all the way around. And again, I'm still trying to keep the integrity of these pieces of mesh and make sure that they are kind of like have that opening there so I can just drop in my embellishments. And this is also going to help you be able to see the areas that maybe have a space that you can put another piece of mesh. But that's all I'm doing right now, y'all. And this one actually came off. And that happens sometimes because either I handled it too soon or I didn't let it dry all the way. That's okay. Just take you some glue. That's the other reason why you want to do this particular step, because you want to make sure all of your pieces are secured. You don't want nothing coming off, right? And at this point, I also kind of do a push up on it. I push it up a little bit because I want it helps it go up some. It transforms it. It makes it go. It's not as short. It gets a little more slimmer, if you will. All right. So you see how it's going up like that, and then again, I'm just trying to fill in these spaces and making sure everything comes around easily and cute and nice. That's all you're doing is just forming the tree. If you're just coming on my live, please like and share. If you watch the replay, like and share. Subscribe to my channel. I would love, love, love for you to do that. I would appreciate it so, so, so much. I started getting being able to get stars over on Facebook, so you can also watch me over there or go to my channel, my page over there. Just type in my name, Janice Burrell, and I do lives over there as well. And I also have several posts that I've done, so you can always send me stars and all of the things. But y'all, like I said, all I'm doing is just trying to get this as smooth as I can all the way around. Whether you have to push some of that mesh in or not, and then just kind of look and make sure you don't have any holes or open spaces. And if you do, try to find a piece of limb that you can put another piece of mesh on. And all of that. So I found a spot that I'm gonna add another piece of mesh here. I'm just gonna add it. So far I'm only adding one piece after I've completed putting all the rest of them. So that's what that forming does. It helps you kind of like see it really good, so you can know what you have to fill in. Now, I like for my bottom to be wide and full, so I'm going to add another piece down here on this limb. And again, be careful when you're doing this. Sometimes I will tilt this tree over just so that glue won't get on my hand. All right, so I don't like one side to be sticking out farther than the other. So what I do at this point, I just take it around, make sure my bottoms is covered. I don't see nothing down at the bottom, and just making sure it's even and it's not warped or anything. Okay. Now, this is where you want to deal with your top. I never had this to happen right here before, but let's see. It's an easy fix. This actually, the pipe cleaner came off. But y'all know glue just about to fix anything, right? So you just take your little glue. I never had that to happen ever since I've been doing my trees. I might add another piece there, but at this point, y'all, I want to add my topper. So I want to take my topper, and I think I want it to go this way right here. So you try to get inside of that mesh. You don't want it to go outside the mesh. And position it in there, because again, I'm using a different topper today. My other toppers, were different than this. They had a little bit more hold. So all I'm doing is trying to position it so that it'll be down in there good. And I probably should have left my stem long, but I didn't. So all I have to do, y'all, is take the stems that I have left that I didn't use and just take it around and hold it. I like the way these kind of like move and bounce. It's different than the other bunny ears. So I'm having them do a little bit more maneuvering, but that's okay. And then the other thing you want to do is try to hide your pieces that the bunny ears is on. And so all you have to do is kind of like, that's wide, but that's okay. Let me see. Let me check it out here. I'm just bending this a little bit. It kind of making it go too far, though. I don't like how far it's going. Like I said, I'm using a different one. So, and then once I do all of that, let me see. I want to check it out. It's different, but it's cute, okay? So all I'm going to do now is take my mesh and try to pull it up and bring it, try to cover those spaces on the side where the little bunnies are. This is a different one. So at this point too, now, the other thing I will do is take me another piece of mesh, and I'll put it at the top. And in this case, because I'm trying to close this spot in right here, I just take me another piece of my mesh. And this time, because I don't have any place to put it on, I'll just put some glue on it and hold it in place real good. And I like it because it's the purple color, and it kind of pulls out that purple in the bunnies. And then we're going to add some eggs on here, and we're going to get off. Thank you again for coming on. I love it. I love it. I love it. And y'all saw how this tree started out and how now it's full with the mesh. Again, if you missed anything on how I created the little butterflies, these, just go back and watch the replay. For some reason, it takes a while for the video to upload, because yesterday I kept looking for it to be finished uploading and it wasn't. So I'm like, wow. But it takes a minute for it to upload. But you can always go, like I said, on any of my replays, and you will see how I created everything that I'm doing today. And I had promised that one day I'm going to come on here and show you how I created the false bottoms that I have to do for the green and white trees. If I do not do a base on it because it's not that many of stems or limbs, I do have to create a false bottom, and I'll have to show you how I do that. Because some crafters just have those green and white trees sitting in their craft rooms or whatever. Like me, I have more of those than I do of the other ones. So I said, I'm not getting rid of these or throwing them away or anything or giving them away. I'm gonna actually use them. So y'all, I'm pleased with. I don't know about these these bunnies, but let me see if I can maneuver this a little bit. I think I want to bring these bunnies around some. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm taking some glue, putting it on the side of each one of these little stems, and I'm gonna take my mesh and I'm gonna hold it there. Now, mind you, a little bit time, sometimes, you know, I'm burning not burning, but you can feel the heat from the glue just so that I can hold it there and it's not gonna move. So you see the difference now in that bunny as opposed to that one? So I'm gonna do this one the same way and take it a little farther over, and I'm gonna let the mesh hold it together for me. But I just want them to be, I want them to be more up. I don't want them to be hanging to the side like that. That one, I wasn't feeling that. Again, today is Tuesday, y'all. This time waits for no man. This month is just going by. This is the, what, the 9th? Or no, this is the 10th of March. And it seemed like it just came. It just came in. All right, I think I'm liking this better. And it's got the little, oh yeah. I'm liking that way better than I liked it when it was way out there hanging out. I didn't care for that. And y'all, I'm gonna put this piece. I still have several pieces, but I want to close this off just a little bit more. So I'm gonna put another piece here. This is this little perfectionist thing coming on that my brother told me about. But y'all, I like it. I like the way the little bunnies are doing. I love the way I did that. Now, so I have a bag full of different color. I pulled out the blues, the purple, and the pink. I pulled out those colors because those are the colors that I'm gonna add inside of my tree. Okay, and if you notice, you see me cutting some of the fraying off. I'm doing that because I usually go around my tree when I'm done or while I'm working on it and making sure that fray is not there. Y'all pray for you, girl, because I've been trying to get my 10,000 steps a day. And so far so good. The last 2 days. Sometimes I literally have to run in place in my room so that I can just get all of them. Now, these are slightly bigger and a different material, so I'm going to hold off on putting these. But, y'all, I don't know if you've been to the Dollar Tree and see these little eggs on here. Well, at first, I was going to take this and take it all the way around like that. And I like the way that looks, kind of. But I'm not going to do that because you see how it's got this color and this color? Well, this is pink. So this one actually is all of the colors except this. I would have to take this color out because I didn't want to add that. So I'm literally going to go around. And then I have some of these. This happened to have the purple and the blue on it. Or the pink and the blue. So I'm going to put the big ones in first, y'all. So just put you a generous amount of glue on here. And find you a spot where it's really going to pop. Because you don't want to you want to find a spot where it's going to actually, it's going to show up good in here. So I found that spot, which is a pink spot, and that blue and pink is going to show good, okay? Now I'm going to try to use all of my big eggs first, and then I'm going to go to my small ones. Because the big eggs cover the space quicker than the small ones do. And I usually like to start at the bottom of my tree and just kind of like start adding all of these colors. Now, if I'm trying to add a pink egg, I want to make sure I go inside of a blue or a purple, okay? So I just move it around a little bit and put me some more glue on here. Just do your generous amount and drop the egg in here. And just keep doing that all over your tree. Again, start with your larger ornaments or whatever you're going to do first. That's the big pieces first, and then go back to your small pieces, okay? And you'll slowly see how it just fills it up. It's funny because I got my little blue glue gun because the little gray one right here wasn't acting right. Now the gray one is doing perfect, and the blue one makes all this noise. I'm like, okay, you know what? Now I mentioned yesterday about the glue skillet that a lot of people use. I don't use the glue skillet because to me, you know, it's not that when I'm doing my trees, it's not, I don't think it's a good option for me, but um, on certain things, I guess I could. Like if I was doing these eggs, I literally could just drop them in there and do it. But it's kind of like a little spooky for me though, because I'm like, will I burn myself doing that? Trying to avoid burning myself and getting this glue on my hand because it don't feel good when you do it. As you can see, I'm trying to put some of these eggs at the bottom here just to fill in some of these spaces at the bottom so that the embellishments will be all over the tree. And I skip spaces, try to make it even as much as I possibly can as I'm putting my embellishments in here too, okay? So, and then I think I'm gonna put a large egg. I have one there. I'm gonna put one like right here in one of these spots. And since I did, let's open this spot here and drop it in there. And try to keep your eggs even too, don't. Well, the eggs, I would love to put them on the side, but to me they don't look right on the side, so I literally take them and push them. I have them kind of like standing pushed in instead of standing up like, you know, I don't know, to each his own. Everybody do their own thing, right? I really want to drop this one here. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see how I'm doing this, but it's turning out cute. I want to drop this blue one right here between these bunnies, I think. It's cute. I don't know why they have the holes in the eggs. I hadn't figured that part out yet. The little plastic ones, I'm not sure why they do that. But they usually do. I can find some without the holes, but most of them I find have the hole in them. Trying to wait until this dries good. Okay, so I got my big ones in. I was managed, oh, I have one more big one here. Let's see where I want to drop this one. I'll put it right here. I try not to hold y'all past an hour, so we're at 50 minutes, so I will, if I have to finish this outline, I will. And I need to start posting the finished product. But if you're on my live, you kind of see the finished product, but unless I just add something else to it. So now I'm gonna start with my small eggs, y'all. I have the purple, blue, I even have a little turquoise and pink. So I'm gonna try to just go with the light blue and purple and pink first. And if I have to add the turquoise, I will. So right now I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm just going inside of these. Um, if it's purple, I'm trying to put uh, the pink or the blue in it. If it's pink, I'm trying to put the blue or the purple in it. So yeah, that part. And you just keep doing this all the way around your tree. Just beautifying it. Making it cute and nice. Now I chose not to do a ribbon today. I've been adding the ribbon in there, but I chose not to do it today. It's a little tedious work. And but I just want the eggs to kind of shine, you know. I want them to just stand out. So far, so good, y'all. I'm just dropping them in there, and I'll turn it around so you can see it in just a second. Again, I try to keep all of my eggs kind of pointing the same way. I don't want any of them like laying down or anything or looking like they're lazy. I would prefer them to stand out. I'm calling the egg lazy, right? Just keep using your lazy Susan to take your tree around. And yeah. All right, still got some light blue and pink and purple. And I'm avoiding using the turquoise, okay? Because it's not a really turquoise color in here. Just trying to stick with my, but it's just gonna be a tree full of eggs, pretty much. That's all you're doing. You see how it's coming together? And just keep adding your eggs because that's pretty much, it's just an egg tree with the bunnies. Now that I put that big old egg in between the bunnies, I don't know if I like it so much. But that's one of those things that I might go back and change, y'all. Because that's just what I do sometimes, okay? And it's okay because it's your project. Do it like you want. I buy my glue sticks in bulk, so I won't have to keep buying them. They come in like a box. I get it from Amazon. I need to start leaving these links here for you guys to have. When you want to do your own project, you can just come on there and see what I use and all of the things. And if you're interested in me actually sending you all of the supplies that I use, so that you can make your own tree or you can follow me as I go, just leave a comment in there because I'm thinking about selling them. And that way you will have the tree, you'll have the mesh. I will even create the mesh for you and leave a couple of them so you can do it as I do it. All of that stuff. If we're gonna add a ribbon to it, I will put the ribbon in there. Whatever embellishments will be included in the box as well. So if you're interested in doing that, I will be glad to send that to you. Just send me a message and I'll go back through my messages and see if you're interested in doing that. I will start offering it depending on how many people are interested in getting it done, okay? I would love, love, love to do that. It would be fun getting all of those together and then us creating together. I would love it. Yeah, I'm just adding all of these eggs in here. It's cute to me. I like it. I like the eggs better, actually. It just, you know, it just screams Easter. Put a couple of them down here. And the little bunnies. I was glad I found these little bunnies yesterday because I actually, on my other Easter trees, I used the bunny ears. And so, yeah, I was glad I found these because they're different than the other ones. And it, like I'm fixing the bottom down here. If you see one of your pieces of mesh that's not positioned correctly, just take time and fix it. It's okay. It's not, nothing is gonna happen to it. It's gonna be just fine. It's glued onto that stem. It's not coming off. And if it do, you just add more glue. Right? Y'all, I think I'm pretty much done. And this is how it turned out. It really is cute. We got about 3 minutes before it's time to wrap it up. But y'all, again, it's even, it's tall. We brought it up like this. As I turn it around for more than one purpose. I turn it around to see, you know, where I actually can add something else to it. And I make sure that I like for my tree to be even. I don't like for it to be off in any way. If I don't have enough eggs, I add more eggs, which I'm doing now. When I turned it around, I saw that it was a couple of places that I can definitely use another egg. Just to fill it in. Even if you see it measures like 14 inches, and the height is 19 with the top of the bunny ears. So it will fit on your countertops at your job. It will fit on your desk. It can fit on your centerpiece. All of the things, it can fit on that. And y'all, I love it. It's so cute. And I like just the eggs. It's just perfect for it. You don't need nothing else on it. Just add the eggs. If you want to know where I get my mesh from, I'm gonna start leaving links. I usually go to Craft Outlet, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, BB Crafts, you name it. Some of it I get from Dollar Tree actually, but it has to be, I shared with you guys before, it has to be this kind. It's called Floral Garden. It's got to be this kind. If you use the other kind, it's not a good quality. That's a good quality one. But all of this mesh, sometimes I'm on these different groups. They will say, okay, we're selling all this mesh. I got a lot of mesh that way as well. A lot of unique colors that I hadn't seen before. I think I'm going to use one of those colors tomorrow on my live. But y'all, this is it. I love it. I know I always have these 2 or 3 closings. If you know anything about church, you already know what that means. But so yeah, I just like to give you guys any kind of little tips, any kind of things that I can share with you. But I'm gonna start leaving my links down at the bottom so y'all can actually can see where I get everything from. Dollar Tree, Michaels, Hobby Lobby. Joann's was one of the places that I love to get my stuff from. Like, I miss that place so much. I don't know. I've said it so many times on my lives. They might start saying we need to go back, you know, and but I'm sure there's a lot of people that miss Joann's. Joann's was really good. They were really good for their material. Their mesh was impeccable. I mean, it had the best quality. The ribbon, when I would buy that, the evergreen bait, like all of the things that I need for my crafts, they had it and it was perfect. Y'all, I'm in love with these little bunnies sticking up here. And you can actually see the back too. But anyway, all right, thank you all. We are at an hour. So yeah, thank you all and have a blessed, wonderful day. Thank you, sister, for always coming on. But again, like, share my live, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.